Hello everybody, my name's Vivi. Don't exit this video. Yes, I messed up. Anyway, we're playing ElseWhere High Chapter 1. So new game! I ate it. Well, lucky for you, cause I got that down already. Oh god, it sounds like something's eating somebody. Maybe mud, I can't tell. It wasn't very unusual for Derek. It wasn't very unusual for Derek to be walking on the muddy shoulder of a barren country road. While he lived in a modestly sized city now, Derek grew up in a small town surrounded by roads, just like this one. He would often walk them in the mornings to catch his bus to school. That seemed like ages ago, though. Now that he's resided in the city, he usually chose to walk to school, except of course for the days when the cold was overbearing or the heat was too exhausting. And yet, he felt no comfort in this age familiarity. Where's the stop? He lifted his head. His neck was tense. He was told there would be a sign. A blue sign or something, right? His train was not of much substance, but still, his feet pressed against the softened ground and built mountains of displaced mud against the edges of his shoes. And he lifted them, the bulbous mounds would rise, as if they wanted to follow him. The earth kept him close, though the ripples of the muck and instead sent a force of stringy soldiers to cling to the soles of his sneakers. There was a thick layer of them by now. Maybe I missed it. He spoke aloud to himself. He did this often. He seethed his uncertainty and kept forward. His body ached. Derek took a moment to check behind him. He was somewhat worried that the sound of rain would drown out any cars. There hadn't been one yet, but he kept to the gravelled edges anyway. There's no such thing as too careful. Guess I'll go a bit more. Ugh, this is bullshit. His statement was more of a meditative cry than a pitiful complaint. Well, it looks like Derek's the tsundere. Pity was something that Derek didn't have for himself or his situation. Tsundere. Confusion, tsundere, anger, frustration, even a pinch of denial. Yes, he's a tsundere. But Derek did not feel sorry for himself. Yes, you did. Sorry. As he took a few more sunken steps, his mind was understandably drawn back to the conversation that had led him there. Oh god, that scared me. It was somewhat ordinary for him to get a call to the principal's office. Tsundere! I mean, what? What? He remembered he was sitting in his grade 12 anthropology, whatever that word is, a class he had taken again, whatever. When the PA system came to life with a familiar muffled alert. Yes. His teacher had cried out. She wasn't the type to become easily annoyed, but found herself derailed from her train of thought by the brash interruption. Can we see Derek Summersfield at the principal's office, please? The voice was hard to understand, but his teacher eyed him quickly. Yup, sure thing. Oh. She wasted no time giving Derek a physical gesture of excuse and jumping immediately back into her lesson. So, class, what is 2 plus 2 equal fish? Yes, their teacher is Stitch. Derek didn't remember being nervous. One of his friends had talked him into joining their small student council, and while it was infrequent, he would sometimes be called to the office to confirm various details of upcoming events. Sounds boring. But this time, there was a much more urgent topic of conversation. Flashback noise. As the up-something telephone pole disrobed itself from the darkness in front of Derek. Oh my god, this is graphic. I'll loaf it. Don't judge me. He was quickly led away from his daydream. It was too far away to make out the details, but he knew that he was nearing the landmark. Just keep walking until you find a blue sign. I don't think he's gonna die. Derek, there's not a blue sign right there. What are you talking about? He could see it in the distance, fastened rather high above the ground on the wooden pole, a blue sign. Which one? His pace didn't quicken. Do you know why I've asked you to see you today? His principal asked with a voice loud and with distinct disappointment. The principal liked Derek. Okay. He had never been in trouble. It was expected that the students that were a part of the elected council were given somewhat of a special treatment. Gee, I don't know how that feels. I don't have an annoying little brother that acts like he's the prince of everything. It was then that Derek remembered feeling the first tinge of nervousness. It was the sound of the principal's voice. With a waiting sigh, the principal opened an envelope on his desk and took out a handful of papers. He also burped while doing it. Gassy principal. On them were scribbled notes that Derek couldn't quite make out through the deep wrinkles and folds. Soon after being closed to gather himself, the principal's eyes made their way to Derek. They sat on him. He waited. Then, a raised finger, he carried it limply and waved it around the notes. Do these, for any reason, look familiar to you? British principal? Yeah, that's how the school rolls. Derek shuffled in his seat. I can't read them. Jackman was saying the words through a taut throat. Have a look. The principal opened his hands and lightly pushed the papers toward him. With more than a little apprehension, Derek reached for them and began to read. Okay, we're playing ping pong here. Little bitch. Skankiest girl in the school. Tell anyone, I'll kill you. Well, I'm probably a whore. Your new name is Slut. That's your new name. He didn't read one note from start to finish. They were vile in their language, threatening, brute. Okay, and here we go. We're gonna end this episode today, brah. So, yeah. Gonna let you go.